If we want to travel from one star to another star, after a long time we have seen many technologies that can take us from one star to another star. But today we are going to talk about this technology, the warp drive. It can very quickly take us from one solar system to another solar system. But now such breakthroughs have been made that we are going to make a warp drive in the future. So, first of all, warp drive technologies provide the means to traverse between planets. You should know what a warp drive is and what are the technological hurdles in it. What are the difficulties due to which we can't travel more or less than the speed of light? We first get the concept of warp drive from Einstein's equation of relativity. Some of the common misconceptions about relativity are Einstein's equation, for example. One thing we understand is that nothing can move at the speed of light. Whereas Einstein said that any object made of meters at the speed of light can't move with the speed of light also. If moving at a less than the speed of light, then you can't cross the speed of light. But these equations don't tell us that something that moves above the speed of light doesn't exit. Such particles can exit, but they always have to move faster than the speed of light. They don't cross the barrier. If you can, these are the most important things that we should know about Einstein's relativity. Einstein's theory of relativity allows light to travel faster, not prevent it. But now your question is, if an object cannot move faster than the speed of light, then what objects can move faster than the speed of light? For example, I am going to take you the beginning of the universe, the birth, when the Big Bang happened 13.7 billion light years ago. And from that day, our universe inflated very fast. If we look at the size of our universe, we find its radius is 46.5 billion light years, but the universe was formed 14 billion years ago. So how can the observable radius be 46 billion light years? Yes, it is 3 times more. The first clue is that the universe is moving faster than the speed of light. The expansion of our universe is faster than the speed of light. In the same way, I'll take you to the quasars that exhibit superluminal motion. So these are the black holes. They are massive black holes that have an accretion disk, that is, things are spinning around them very fast, and because of that, they have very high temperatures and they form a disk. If we can see through a telescope when we are looking at distant stars, we could see a redshift. This means that there is something between us and the cosmos that is moving faster than the speed of light. So we have another observation where we see this phenomenon. When an object moves beyond the event horizon of a black hole, there is a danger zone around the black hole called the event horizon, which light can never cross and return. Anything that goes beyond this circle is exactly that. They fall into a black hole in exactly the same way that something falls down from an upshort. Space is here. Space-time is clipping inside the black hole, the same way we know our universe is slowly expanding and space-time is expanding. And when we look at distant quasars, we know that space-time is faster than the speed of light. If we look at the expansion of our universe because it was formed 14 billion years ago, but now it is 3 times larger than there, we also see the upswing of space-time. That space-time can move faster than the speed of light, and Einstein also said that no object can move faster than the speed of light and cannot cross space. Time is not an object, but it is a network of protons in which all the jets are visible to us. The scientist who first gave us the idea of the warp drive is Alcubierre. He solved Einstein's equations and gave his geometrical solutions. From these equations, he took out the phenomenon of warp drive. Initially, scientists looked at him with a lot of doubt, and for a long time, nothing special progress could be made. Also gave a model of I'm showing you a bubble here. Look, you're seeing a bubble here, and I'll give you an example of water waves. So, when a surfer is surfing on water waves, if she is moving fast, is her speedboard moving, or is the water moving from below? At the same time, we think that the surfer is also making a very desirous motion. So actually, the motion of the water is moving him forward. If it moves very fast, whatever spacecraft is inside it will also move faster than the speed of light, in which we have a bubble in front of us and a crater in front of it. To create a bulge, we need gravity. The MC score tells us that we need energy, and we get that energy and gravity from the matter. Like a crater, and if you talk about a black hole, the crater will get deeper, but in the warp drive, you're getting craters, and that's what we can achieve with the meter, but behind the expansion. There's a wall in sight that we're going to have to work hard on because we need negative matter for that wall or that part of warp drive. So we need negative rest and negative mass, E1 MC2. So we need negative energy. So far, we've looked at the negative energy of negative mass, but we've had some forms in which we can understand that they would have existed. We can discuss further, but in this picture, I'm also trying to convey to you the concept that you are a slinking and within this slink. Move a rocket inside this slinky, it will have to cover a long way to go from one side to another. But if you fix the rocket in place and move the slinky from the bottom, the space from the bottom, move the rocket is in place, but the face is moving so fast, and we know that this slink represents space-time. This means that whatever spacecraft trap is inside it will think it's also moving faster than the speed of light, but we're back to the negative meters, which we don't know. Now see here. That ordinary matter or normal matter makes a dent in space-time, but if we talk about negative matters, it will move space-time in the opposite direction. It will try to expand it, so negative gravity would be associated with it. For example, if you make two planets with a negative matter, they will repel each other. They will not orbit each other or collide with each other. They will repel because the negative matters can produce anti-gravity. The matter is not negative meters, remember. Negative matters we haven't observed so far. The gravity associated with negative matters is positive gravity associated with negative matters. Now I want to give you an example. They say that when we must travel from one place to another through a wormhole, I have made a whole video on the worm house, and I'm going to make it further, so we have kept its tunnel open now to collapse the normal gravities. We'll try to mix up space-time, and that tunnel will try to close, but if we put an exotic matter or a negative matter inside it, instead of a matter, it will always be open. That tunnel will always be open. There will be a stop and we can come back from it. So from here, from wormhole, we guess that if we invent the negative matter, it will also help us in the environment. Einstein's equation on negative energy and the negative meter. If not restricted, negative matter and negative energy can exit, and that's why NASA has done research on it. Our EagleWorks is a NASA lab that does a lot of research on how we can build such spacecraft. We want to create that will move forward in Warp Drive and how we implemented Warp Drive. So they have their own space club called NASA ISS Enterprise and released a picture of it. The spacecraft that we want to build in the future is for Warp Drive, but there are many problems with building the WOW type, for example. If we talk about Einstein said that to achieve the speed of light, you have to have an infant energy is needed. And in the same way, when talking about Alcubierre, you need negative energy behind him to achieve that warp drive. But a NASA scientist named Harold White has done a lot of research and has created a structure in which we only need an equal negative energy of minus 700 kilo of negative mass, which is the energy of 1,000 hydrogen bombs. I am talking about more energy if we exploit it, but still it is much less than the infant energy, and they are still trying to reduce this energy further to this negative energy requirement. Has also changed the design of this entire spacecraft, so you can see that here you are seeing big colors, you are seeing Taurus, and this 10-meter spacecraft has a diameter of 10 meters. It has not done this yet, but our future plan is that this is such a design, but we have to develop negative energy, and this spacecraft cannot be completed without negative energy. So there is a lot of research on negative energy in the lab. There's more testing going on. The warp drive is no longer a fantasy, but a challenge in technological terms that many people are trying to achieve if we can create a warp drive that is only 10% off speed from the speed of the light. If we move at the speed of light, it will be 50,000 times faster than the fastest vehicles that can move in space. Can make steam dry, which can only go to 0.1% of the speed of light, can be made to be higher than the speed of light and can be made to be lower than the speed of light. But let's talk about negative energy. Further, in some experiments that we have in quantum mechanics, we have a phenomenon in quantum mechanics called the Casimir effect, where we place two plates in a vacuum that conduct, and there is a very small distance between them, and with the time that distance gradually decreases. In nanometries, there is a distance of about 10 nanometers, which is reduced, and we feel that energy is being applied to these plates from the other side in the vacuum. This was considered an example of negative energy, but this energy is very small. Is less than vacuum but is not negative. So negative energy is not proved by the effect in the case, but our last hope for negative energy is dark energy. The energy that is expanding our space is increasing. Gravity is energy that is slowly gaining momentum on top of gravity and will expand our universe very rapidly. We don't know. We think that maybe in the future we'll get some negative energy holes from dark energy, and if that happens, we'll have an abundance of negative energy and we'll be able to make warp drive even better. Hope you will like this video and you will have an idea of how we are researching on the speed of the drive and the speed and what are the problems with it. Thank you for watching.